Have you seen some examples where you think, well, where you've heard them or practiced them, where of good change management or good behaviors in change management?
Yeah, while I have no secret formula to share here, I wish I did, but I don't. My observation is that if the conversation shifts from here's what I have solved for, why don't you give me a look and see what cool toy I have in the shop. If you shift that conversation from that paradigm to the paradigm where you say, I understand you, I understand what you're going through, I understand your pain point, I can help you be better at what you do, be more successful, be a rock star. Suddenly, you get a lot more attention. People are willing to listen, and people are willing to, give you a chance. And obviously, at the end of the day, if your product, solution is not up to snuff, well, then you lost that opportunity. But if you then have a great product and a great solution, you do tend to see significant, adoption. I don't want to come back to this topic of monetization since you touched on it. And the other point I want to make on monetization is this: that you can't make money if you can't invest money. And this is no secret. You spend money, you make money. Okay. But I think what happens with data and analytics professionals in certain times, in certain conditions, in certain cases, is that we get too enamored by what we have created. Okay. And we don't pay enough attention to what we're actually solving for and whether it's actually getting solved or not. And so in essence, while you do need to invest money to make money, you then as a function have to be accountable and responsible for returning the investment that was made at some profitable clip. Okay, the more you do that, it creates this self-fulfilling prophecy of you act like that, you get more investment, and you keep growing and building the next set of products and solutions. So anyway, so that's kind of how we think about it.
Yeah, and the way that I see it is flywheels. How do you self-generating create flywheels, which continuously, once you invest, the flywheel's just moving along, but you need a return on it. You're absolutely right. And just a final question here: if somebody's trying to enter this space, what are the things you would recommend from a career perspective, from a success perspective? Somebody's junior in an organization, thinking about data analytics, or just joined a company in data analytics, striving to be the chief data officer or the chief analytics officer. What are the kind of career steps and career guidelines and behaviors they should exhibit?
Yeah. I love this question. It's a passion area for me. It's a topic I like to think about. I like to talk about. So let me share some high level thoughts today. So first is, there are many career tracks available to data and analytics professionals today. You have to understand that. If you're early in your career, okay, if you've been in data and analytics for 2 or 3 years, okay, or even less than that, then you should start to have a plan that touches several areas within data and analytics for the next 5 to 7 years. Whether it's solution architecture, whether it is privacy and security, whether it is scale data science, advanced business analytics, or even analytics translation, which is a very critical job within the data and analytics space. You should dabble with these, with varying levels of effort. And what that allows you to do is to really fully experience data and analytics, okay? And that will then create clarity in terms of your purpose. Once you do understand that purpose, then you can obviously then go very, very deep into 1 or 2 core areas and frankly, become an expert. Or if your purpose is to stay broad, then you can keep building your career in such a way that you have oversight of all of these different areas without the need to really go incredibly deep into 1 or 2 of these areas. So that's kind of one piece of advice I give. The second piece of advice I give is what is incredible about data and analytics is that every 24 hours something changes. Okay, so you have a good day, a good week, a good month or quarter, and you feel very good about what you've built and how it's engineered for success and so on and so forth. My advice is don't rest on that, because the market changes very, very dramatically. So in essence, what I'm trying to say is commit to this idea of lifelong learning. Now, what I mean by that is, you don't have to always go back to full-time school, even though that's a great idea, by the way. But there are many ways in which, you can make that commitment come to life. It's the mix of work you take on, in an academic setting or a professional setting. It is certainly, this push towards, MOOCs, which is massive open online courses. And many of these are from, great academic institutions. And frankly, many of these are actually free. You don't pay to take them and to learn. So certainly, leverage that and keep learning, in areas that, you end up, having passion for. And lastly, the last thing I say is, your career is such an important job that you cannot outsource this job to anyone else. All right. Okay. You should think about your career as a company, okay? And since we're going to have some fun with this, you can give your career company a name. Get promoted in 3 years.com. Let's say that's the name of your company, okay? And the very purpose of your company is to, in this case, get you promoted in 3 years. Then what you need to do is you need to think through the mechanical drivers of what must be true for you to achieve, that higher order purpose, okay? As you want to make advances in your career. And, so you're the CEO of this company, you've got a clear purpose, you need to invest the time to figure out, what you need to do to operationalize that purpose. And then, like every good CEO, what you must do is you must build a small board of directors around this company. And what I mean by that is, enlist the help of a family member, someone in your academic circle, someone in your professional circle, or frankly, even someone in your community, right? The only criteria for someone, to sit on this board on your career company is that they're in a position to give you objective advice, and that, that you're in a position to accept that advice and go through a process of self-reflection. Yeah. So that's really it. This is a topic that we can keep speaking on for a while, but those are some nuggets I'd love to share.
Oh, no, that's great. And good to hear that, the ability to kind of look at your career from a lifelong learning perspective, as you put it. Yeah. And having the steps to go around that. Being the CEO of your own career, which is kind of a mantra there, which is absolutely the way to think about it. Building an ecosystem of relationships which mentor you to get there is. I myself have benefited multiple times from that approach. But then thinking about, am I a specialist or am I a generalist, and where do I want to be? And I may go specialist, but then I may elevate into a generalist role and understand many things. But understanding that journey, and it's like back to your lifeline. But beautiful to listen to that, and really well put. I've really enjoyed the interview today. Manik, thank you very much for your time today. Please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Baz. I enjoyed the time and look forward to the next talk. Thank you.